What is up, everybody? It's Nuffins, and today we have some fantastic news coming out of CD Projekt Red regarding the heavily rumored third Witcher 3 expansion. That's right, the rumors were true, and it is in fact real. It's scheduled to release in 2027, and there's also some information being put out about new minimum system requirements. Oh boy, more on that later in the video. Alright, so right here from the CD Projekt Red website, we got The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt Songs of the Past announced. All right, it's a very nice name. Got Geralt right there next to a fucking tree demon. It's evil and I love it. Looking forward to finding out what that is in the DLC. CD Projekt Red today announced that a third expansion to The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, one of the most critically acclaimed and best-selling role-playing games of all time, let's be honest, is the best one. It's the best one. I don't care. Songs of the Past is a third expansion coming to The Witcher 3. It will launch in 2027 on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC. Okay, nice. CD Projekt Red is co-developing Songs of the Past with Fool's Theory. Now, if you don't know who Fool's Theory is, they're a Polish game development studio founded in 2015. They were made up by ex-CD Projekt Red staff. They originally worked on The Witcher 2 and The Witcher 3. They worked on things like The Thaumaturge, came out in 2024. That was their own fully in-house game made by them. They're also working on The Witcher remake that is in development under supervision by CD Projekt Red. They're working on that. Third thing on their website, 7, The Days Long Gone, was actually their first game as a studio. That came out in 2017, I believe. And then they're also listed here as having worked on Baldur's Gate. Now, obviously, they didn't make Baldur's Gate. That was Larian Studios, the goats themselves. But they did help on technical development, programming, and some optimization support on Baldur's Gate 3. So that is very cool. It says Songs of the Past will return players to the role of legendary monster slayer Geralt of Rivia for a brand new adventure when it launches in 2027 on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC. CD Projekt Red is co-developing the expansion with Fool's Theory, a team comprising industry veterans who worked on The Witcher 3. More details on Songs of the Past will be released in late summer 2026. So what are we thinking? Maybe like July, maybe August? More than likely, it'll probably be at a game show, right? Of some sort. Either Summer Games Fest or Gamescom, maybe. I wouldn't say the Game Awards because it's way past summer. That's in like winter time. So it'll probably either be at Summer Games Fest or Gamescom. There might be another one that I'm forgetting about, and I apologize if I do, but yeah, hopefully we will hear more about this. The Witcher 3 has sold more than 60 million copies since its release in 2015. Oh, 2015. Ew, 2015, so long ago, and is the winner of more than 250 Game of the Year awards and 1,000 industry awards. It lets players explore a dark fantasy open world as Witcher Geralt of Rivia as he takes on the most important contract of his life, saving his daughter Ciri. You're damn right it is. Okay, so that is all for the CD Projekt Red website post. However, if you go over to Steam, they did put out a news post, and it says, announcing The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt Songs of the Past, medallions humming. That can only mean one thing. It's time to announce we're working on a brand new expansion for The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. So essentially, it's just saying the same thing that the website said, just with a little less. However, at the bottom here, right, it says, with new content coming to the game, we also need to update our system requirements to ensure smooth performance and compatibility going forward for The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt and Songs of the Past. These requirements will become effective starting from the next update. You can find more about them here. And if we click on that and go to the website, it brings us here. Upcoming changes to minimum requirements for The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. Oh boy. With new content coming to the game, we need to update our system requirements to ensure smooth performance and compatibility going forward for The Witcher 3, Wild Hunt, and Songs of the Past. Starting from the next update, the new minimum requirements are as follows. CPU, AMD Ryzen 5 2600 or an Intel Core i5 8400. GPU, NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1660 or AMD Radeon RX 5500 XT 8GB. VRAM, 6GB. RAM, 12GB. Storage, 70 gigabytes of SSD specifically. We'll get to that in a second. OS, 64-bit Windows 11. These minimum requirements reflect how hardware capabilities and software usage have evolved since we last changed the system requirements. In particular, Windows 11 will be the minimum required OS for both The Witcher 3 and Cyberpunk 2077 following Microsoft's end of support for Windows 10 on October 14, 2025. Without ongoing security updates, official platform support, and continued GPU driver support, we will no longer test our games on Windows 10. HDDs will no longer be supported as SSDs offer faster loading times, smoother asset streaming, and improved overall performance. The game will exclusively run using DirectX 12, which allows us to support ongoing technical improvements and modern hardware more effectively. Only processors supported on Windows 11 will be supported by us. Only graphics cards with ongoing active driver support for gaming on Windows 11 will be supported. Okay, so basically, if you don't have any of this, get fucked. So as you can see, compared to the old minimum system requirements, I would say that is a pretty decent jump in requirements. Tech's getting better, games are developing faster and crazier looking. Unreal Engine 6 got announced, so I'm wondering if they're gonna somehow work that into The Witcher 4, but I would assume probably not. I think switching engines entirely this deep into development would be very, very catastrophic for having assets and things break inside of your game. So I'm assuming that Witcher 4 will probably release with Unreal Engine 5, and maybe very huge maybe, because I'm not a game developer. I would love to be one day, but I know it's way harder than it sounds. Maybe one day they'll upgrade The Witcher 4 like a next gen update, right? Whenever the next batch of shit consoles comes out and garbage AI GPUs. Sorry. Maybe they'll upgrade it and have an engine overhaul and make it Unreal Engine 6. But yeah, as far as the news, that's pretty much everything that's come out today. If anything else comes out, I will be sure to keep y'all updated with anything Witch related, as well as probably other gaming news. But yeah, we'll see where the channel goes. I'm probably gonna put out some gameplay videos too, maybe some reviews. I've always wanted to do reviews because, you know, you got things like IGN around here, you know. Yikes. But we'll see. But yeah, thank you all for watching. If you liked the video, like it. If you didn't like it, dislike it. Let me know. Any feedback is good feedback to me. I would like to know how to make my videos better for everybody who's watching them. So comment, let me know how. And go ahead and subscribe if you want. But yeah, everybody, until next time, y'all have a great rest of y'all's day.